I think, this idea of a worship leader, which I guess I'm not supposed to use that phrase, but this idea, sorry, I went there.
You went there.
This idea of a song leader or one who leads worship, if you know what I mean, has, it was new for a while, right? We kind of had the worship minister, which that's my title at church, which I'm cool with, but, or worship pastor. And then, that may even be a newer phrase, but even using the word worship, to mean music or the service is sort of new. And so I think culture has sort of tried to figure it out. And I think we're landing in a really good spot.
Welcome to the Worship Probs podcast, where we aim to entertain, encourage, and equip worship and tech leaders all around the world. Look, we all know that serving in worship and production is great, but the problems, those are real. Thanks for joining us as we dive into today's episode with our host, Brian Tabor.
Welcome to episode 351 of the Worship Probs podcast. It's going to be a great one. I'm here with the one and only Ally Bachanos today. And I did sort of trick her into doing this with me, but it's a little trickeration. That's all right. We got a great episode for you. Hang on to your cold brew coffees because things are going to flow a little differently today. We always have prayer concerns for you. And then I have a killer conversation that I had with our new friend, Justin Tweito. Before we jump into that conversation, let us tell you about our friends Planning Center, DC Pro LVA, and New Life Ministries. This episode of the Worship Probs podcast is brought to you by Planning Center, an all-in-one software that can help you organize every facet of your ministry, connect with your people, and help your people stay connected to each other. Among the many ways Planning Center can help you do that is through task management. In Planning Center, you can create detailed tasks, organize to-do lists, and even collaborate on those tasks with other team members in real time. Do you have recurring events and projects with long to-do lists? Make a task list template to save time. Have regular tasks you need help keeping up with? Set your tasks to automatically repeat at an interval of your choosing. And the best part is that you can create tasks from absolutely anywhere in Planning Center using the toolbar. You'll find your Tasks tab in Planning Center Home, the place you see all the important updates happening across your account. To learn more and get started today, visit planningcenter.com or click the link in our bio. Prayer Concerns is brought to you by DC Pro LVA. They specialize in transforming worship experiences with professional lighting, video, and audio solutions tailored for churches. Their team understands the unique production needs of churches and delivers cutting-edge equipment and personalized service to enhance services, events, and special gatherings. From vibrant LED walls and crystal clear audio systems to dramatic lighting designs, DC Pro LVA provides reliable, volunteer-friendly solutions that amplify your message and create a welcoming atmosphere for your congregation. Choose DC Pro LVA to elevate your church's worship environment with seamless production support. Their thorough design approach and dedicated team ensure your services run smoothly, engaging worshipers and fostering connection. Visit dcprolva.com or find them through the link in our bio to explore how their customized solutions can equip and empower your team, making every moment of worship unforgettable. Partner with DC Pro LVA today to create a powerful and inspiring experience for your church. Today's conversation is brought to you by New Life Ministries. Since 1988, New Life Ministries has been a trusted source of hope and healing, offering Christ-centered resources to people in life's most difficult places. If you've ever felt anxious, burned out, overwhelmed by ministry, or struggled with addiction, grief, depression, or trauma, New Life is here for you. They equip leaders like you with biblically based counseling, powerful workshops, online courses, and a nationwide network of Christian therapists. Whether you're walking through something yourself or want to better care for those you lead, New Life has real help for every season. Click the link in our bio to explore the tools, support, and life-changing guidance that can bring lasting freedom and healing. New Life Ministries, transforming lives with God's truth and grace. Well, the Worship Probs podcast is excited to have Mr. Justin Tweito here today. Justin, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Brian. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. Have you had a good summer so far?
It's been great. VBS is done. VBS is in the past. It was a lot of fun, but smooth sailing.
Nice. You have like the most lush canopy of green behind you in these windows, man. What a peaceful place.
I wish that this was mine. I'm at my in-laws' house actually.
Gotcha.
And this is the best place, and it actually looks amazing. It's great.
It does. It does. It really looks awesome. I need to picture that like right over there and just hang it and say, look where Justin is, man. Take you to the Goose Fraba place, man. Well, okay, we like to have a little fun. So Justin Tweito, welcome to the hot seat. So I've got 5 rapid fire questions, and they're easy, but it just helps us to get to know you a little bit. But number 1, burger or salad? What are you picking?
Burger.
That's my guy right there. Number 2, what's the last song you played on your phone?
It was probably a song by Two Car Garage, which is Caleb and Will Chapman's new band.
Nice.
My son, he's 6 and he loves them, and so
that's
like
awesome. That's awesome.
But Dad, can we listen to Two Car Garage every day?
I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine was "Biggest Part of Me" by Ambrosia. So that gives the listeners a little insight into the generational gap here. Okay, number 3, if you were going to pick a superpower, what would you choose?
Oh, man. I mean, everybody says invisibility, right? I'm not a creep. I don't mean that in a creepy way, but it would be so cool to be invisible.
Right.
Am I right? You could go to so many meetings that you weren't invited to.
Oh my gosh. Slip into that church budget meeting and just sort of slide some rationale across the table. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Or maybe I'd say time travel. Is that a superpower? I don't know.
It might as well be.
Should be.
Yeah.
Time travel would be cool.
Not a lot of rules here in the hot seat, so you can make them up as you go. It's totally good.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4, do you have a favorite comfort food?
Probably a burger.
Yeah, there you go.
Already mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good. That's a good choice. Okay, number 5, is there a little known fact about you that people would find hard to believe? I picked a fear for mine. I'm afraid of birds. I have no reason for it. I just do not like birds. So you don't have, yours doesn't have to be a fear. It can be, I have 7 toes on my right foot. It can be whatever you want.
Probably my favorite, I'm a pretty even-keeled guy, I think, most of the time. But my favorite genre of music, you will see me come alive if you turn on some early 2000s, I call it girl rock, like Avril Lavigne, Michelle Branch.
Nice. Yeah.
I mean, you just crank it up, windows down, I become a different person. And and I'm not ashamed of it. I love it. It's so good.
I'm not ashamed of it. I love that. Well, you survived the hot seat. Those are great answers. And again, just thrilled to have you on today. We got a few things we need to talk about, but as we're jumping in, can you tell us a little bit about your story? So you serve a church in the Nashville area as worship pastor. You've been there 7 years, you said?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do that, and I'm a songwriter. I write for Capital CMG here in Nashville, and I'm living the dream. My family's here, 3 kids, 1 wife, as I say, and we're living the dream. We love it.
I love that. Did you grow up in the church?
I did. I think I've been in a church building maybe twice a week, every week of my life.
Yeah.
If you know the feeling, that's
same
that's
here.
it. So
Same
it's
here.
home for sure.
That's awesome. Did you grow up in music? Were you active in music growing up?
Yeah, absolutely. My mom was a middle school chorus teacher all through my childhood. My dad was the sound guy at church. My mom was the choir director at church, sound guy, and my dad was a sound guy. And so I was always surrounded by music and choir and piano lessons and voice lessons and all this stuff. And I just sort of picked it up. And there was never a day where I was like, I'm going to do music. It just happened via osmosis, I guess.
Yeah, I love that. Well, you're in the right city for it. That's for sure now. But you grew up, you said, in South Carolina?
That's right. Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you recently have you've dropped a few singles, but you recently just dropped a single called Shadows. And what can you tell us about this song? Like, where did the song come from?
Oh man, I love this song. I wrote it with my friend Mitch Wong, which my running joke is where two or more are gathered, there people are singing a song that Mitch Wong wrote.
Right. Oh my gosh.
That's my joke. And I love Mitch so much. And so we were writing one day and I said, man, I've got this chorus idea, Shadows. And I love this idea that Jesus is on every page of scripture, Old Testament, New Testament. I grew up kind of thinking the Old Testament was sort of irrelevant, just sort of moral stories about people thousands of years ago that weren't relevant to me. And it wasn't until I started seeing that, oh wait, Jesus is here, right here in Genesis. You know, there's a type of Jesus right here. There's a type of Christ. There's a shadow of Christ happening right here in the Old Testament, pointing towards him. So I just have this huge passion to write songs in that light. And what if we went really nerdy with it and just listed a whole bunch of types of Christ in the Old Testament, or shadows, if you will. And this idea is called typology, I guess. People, places, patterns, words, events that happen throughout the Bible that are patterns to point to something greater. In this case, to point to Jesus and the greater story of the gospel. And so we just started writing, and we went nerdy with it. We looked at books of the Bible and said, "Where is Jesus in this book? Where is he in this book? Where is he in this book?" And so we couldn't fit it all in the 4 or 5 minute song, but I think we put some cool stuff in there that hopefully people will make the Old Testament come alive to people in a way that maybe it hasn't before.
Boy, I love that. I love that. And Shadows is just maybe a glimpse into some more.
That's right. It is a shadow, if you will, of more stuff. I've put out a couple more singles from the project, and Shadows is the third single, and then the project comes out in August sometime, and it's going to be called Shadows. The whole thing will be like 7-8 song record, and recorded live. Most of it recorded live at Capitol, which was so cool, in partnership with the Worship Together team.
Yes, they're incredible
there. And you can find a lot of the videos on Worship Together, some on my channel, all over the place, kind of spread around. So really looking forward to the whole project being out, and so many good writers and players and people involved in it.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait. Okay, so here, this question's kind of a two-parter. You serve the local church on staff ministry in addition to your recording and writing, and as I did for a long, long time. And as you look at kind of the landscape of worship in the local church, what has you encouraged? And is there anything that you see that maybe has you pumping the brakes a little bit?
Yeah, man. So much. There's so many good things happening. I think, this idea of a worship leader, which I guess I'm not supposed to use that phrase, but this idea, sorry, I went there.
You went there.
This idea of a song leader, or one who leads worship, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Has it was new for a while, right? We kind of had the the worship minister, which that's my title at church, which I'm cool with, but or worship pastor, and that may even be a newer phrase, but even using the word worship to mean music or the service is sort of new, and so I think culture has sort of tried to figure it out, and I think we're landing in a really good spot where, maybe when we first started this, it was, you're the song guy, you're the person that leads the song, or song guy or song girl, and you're up there and you play the guitar, and it's sort of emotional, and it's just driven by vibes and it's whatever, and there wasn't much. We didn't really try to unpack it theologically too much. It wasn't really. It was new, so we're like, "This is great. What is this?" And now I think that we are digging in. We're digging in more theologically, and we're going, "Where does this fit? What does the Lord call us to do biblically, and how does my role fit into that?" And no, the term worship leader is not in the Bible, or worship pastor or anything like that. But what we're doing is, and what we're supposed to be doing is, and there's so many good things. So I think there's so many more people now, even at the seminary level, that are understanding this and going, wait. We don't just need to train preachers. We need to train song leaders and service constructors and pastors in a different sense. Maybe they're not the lead teaching pastor, but they are pastoring people in the worship service and on the worship team and the congregation. So I think industry, if you will, or even academia, all from all angles is catching up with this idea. And it's like, oh, this is valuable. And this isn't a fad. This isn't a trend. We have value biblically. How do we train and make sure we know what we're doing before we just throw people up there? Because worship, 10, 15 years ago, there wasn't a cooler person in the church than the worship leader. You were like all the kids. When I was growing up, no one wanted to be the worship minister. Nobody. You had to wear a robe. It just wasn't cool.
Yes,
And I think it was awesome. It was great, but it wasn't cool. And we got in this era where it was like the coolest thing ever to be a worship leader. And so you've got all these kids growing up wanting to be worship leaders, but not really understanding biblically where that comes from. And now I think we're kind of self-correcting that, and we're going, hold on, wait, before you get up there, let's really train and dig in. So I'm super encouraged by the way that people like you with worship probs or seminaries or other people that are like really leaning in and going, hey, we need to speak deeper about what we're doing. And then maybe what gives me pause or caution is, I still think I don't think we can ever put too much caution or care into the content of our services. I just really don't. And for a long time, I would say like, man, we just need to put scripture in our services. And I wholeheartedly agree. I think that's true. But I would say even further, we need to put scripture correctly interpreted in our services. It's not enough just to get up and read a verse from whatever and then try to fit it into your worship set where it's like, dude, that has nothing to do with this song. I'm glad you use scripture, but it has nothing to do with the song. I think taking that a step further, I think people are caught on to like, oh, we were going to put the Bible into this. Great. But let's also put the Bible into it rightly in context and then rightly interpreted. So I think that's the thing. I'm like, still like, there's still work to be done there on the broader level of being super careful with the content of our songs and our services.
Well, and I love that you talked about the preparation of those leaders. Because I just don't think we've done a great job of preparing people for leading worship. When you think about the preparation that goes into most senior pastors and the schooling and the theological training and all the stuff that they do, and in many instances, we pick our worship leader. We get this DM every single week, multiple times. And it says like, hey, my pastor found out I played guitar and he put me in charge of worship. What should I do? And it just makes my skin crawl because it's like, oh my gosh, I can't DM you what you should do. Like it's so much bigger than that. And so, I love that. And I hope, as a community, all of us together are kind of bonding together and making an impact on that.
Yeah. And I would say, I think the same exists with pastors so many times. seminary may train you, and I love seminaries and doing such great work, but sometimes what ends up happening is you can get a lot of good training in teaching or Bible study or even how to preach, but to really pastor and shepherd, sometimes that could be lacking depending on experience. And so the same is true for worship leaders, where it's like, hey, you can play guitar and sing, get up there and lead people. And it's like, I think that the bar is so low sometimes. At least it has been. I think that's hopefully what I'm seeing is the bar is starting to raise. It's starting to climb, where we really do need to look at these platform positions in front of people, leading them in song, and in a lot of cases picking the songs. To raise that bar of, no, this is a shepherding pastoral role. This isn't just for Sam, who's 16 and knows how to play guitar. Put that guy on the team, absolutely. But maybe slow the roll and let's really like go through some training and teaching and experience.
Absolutely. Yeah, mentor Sam, get him some training and equipping and raise up that leader from within the body. Man, what a great example to the rest of the church. Yeah, man, I love that. I love that so much. Okay, this is going to be a horrible segue, but I just have to rip the Band-Aid off and do it. So we start as a meme account, and we share all kinds of memes and videos where maybe things didn't quite go as planned. Have you ever been leading, maybe at your church or some camp or whatever, and things you had a plan and the train just sort of left the tracks?
All the time. A couple come to mind. We started a service one time. I think we do like 3 services at our church right now, and back to back to back. And so if you can get lulled, depending on how long the service goes, and that countdown is that's your best friend on the corner of the screen. You better be looking at that countdown. And so we started the service, and I'm looking around, and we're missing our drummer and our bass player. And if you're missing a singer here, a guitar player here, it happens, and you just go through it. But to miss a drummer and a bass player, the rhythm set, you're doing an acoustic set now, which is great, but you didn't plan on it. And so it started, and I literally said in our service, I said, "Church, it's so good to see you. I don't know how your week has been. I don't know if you're missing a drummer or a bass player like we are right now, but we're just going to worship him anyway," because our church is small enough that people could see, the whole team's out up there. So I just called out, and you say, "Hey, we're going to sing anyway. It's fine." And those guys, of course, they hear the music in the lobby, and they're like, "Oh no!" And they run in, and I think I joked on the mic, "It's fine. They were probably having a gospel conversation in the hallway or whatever." Well, come to find out, they actually were. That's awesome. They were deep. They were deep in a really good conversation with each other, like leaning in and discipling one another, and the service is going on.
That's awesome.
So, hey, when the Spirit moves, you keep having that conversation.
There you go.
So that's one, and that was really fun. I posted that, and I got like some comments of like, "How dare you call out your people?" And I'm like, guys, if your people can't take that, you might be leading them incorrectly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was great. Everybody loved it. And then one is it's not in service per se, but we had this couple at our church, probably multiple couples, but one in particular that every time we sang "Is He Worthy," which I think it's one of the greatest songs written in the past 50 years, 100 years. I think it's amazing. I think we're going to be singing versions of that song, which we are. It's Revelation, but we're going to be singing maybe even that melody of Revelation in heaven, like forever. It's so good. And I love it. And I'm like, I'm oblivious to the fact that like some people don't like it.
Yeah.
And they think it's corny because they're the call and response thing. It feels a little traditional, old, whatever. So I'm like, that was news to me. And so this one couple they just can't stand it. And it's nothing against the theology or the song itself. It's just they couldn't get over the call and response thing. And they go, "What would it take for you to stop playing this song?" And she said, "If I baked you a cake, would you stop playing this song?" And I was like, I mean, maybe I'd probably consider it. She's like, what kind of cake do you like? I said, I really like Reese's. Reese's is great. I'm at home one day with my 2-year-old son. I think it's a Saturday, just on the weekend. There's a knock at my door. I go there. This lady had baked me a cake, homemade Reese's Pieces all over the thing. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And she was like, will you stop playing the song now? And I was like, well, I'll take the cake, and so I took it, and was it a bribe? Maybe. Was it delicious? Absolutely. It was awesome. And we still play the song. That wasn't going to work. I mean, come on. That wasn't going to work.
That's awesome. That's an idea for anybody out there. Maybe you're looking for some budget fundraising. What will it take for you to stop doing this or that? And,
that's right. So Andrew and Ben, Andrew Peterson, Ben Shad, if you're listening, yes. I love it. It's amazing. Don't take offense.
Incredible
I thought
song,
it was hilarious. Man. But
incredible song.
That will always live in my memory. And you better believe I ate that whole thing. And it was unbelievable.
That's
unbelievable.
Awesome. We share these church criticism things called prayer concerns on the podcast every week. And we got one about that song. It was the reverse. It was a guy who was emailing staff members, and he said, I will add a name to the email list and every Monday until I hear Is He Worthy played in our church.
There you go. That's how you get stuff done.
Kind of reverse.
I like
it. Exactly.
I like it. He should have just baked a cake.
That's right. The Reese's cake, man. That's the secret sauce. Well, we're going to get to the big room question here in a second. Make sure you go follow Justin Tweito on the socials. And that's TWEITO, right?
That's right. Norwegian, Justin, man. Shout out to those Norwegians.
And go grab your copy of Shadows, his new single, and look for the upcoming full-length project called Shadows as well. Okay, Justin, we end every conversation with the same question. We call it the big room question. So if we could gather all of the worship leaders and all their volunteers and teams and all the production folks and all their teams, and we got them all together in one big room, we gave you a microphone, what would you want to say to them about what we're called to do in the local church?
Man, so much. That's such a fun question. I mean, pretty much all the worship leaders listen to this anyway, right? This is pretty much what this is right now.
They should. So, if they don't, they
pressure.
Should.
Yeah. I think I would say what we sing matters. I kind of touched on that earlier, but man, I've just been living in Colossians 3:16, in Ephesians. It's in Ephesians as well. It's not kind of the same language. Colossians, it says, "Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, singing, teaching, and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs."
Mm-hmm.
And then in Ephesians, it says, "Don't be drunk with wine, but be filled with the Spirit." And it also uses the same language, singing and making melody to the Lord with psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got that similar language there. And so you've got that psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs language there. And there's some debate about what those mean. But essentially, Paul is telling us what we sing matters.
Mm-hmm.
One, singing matters. And two, what we sing matters.
Yeah.
I think it's tempting to pick songs, to choose songs for service, more like a DJ, instead of prayerfully considering them like a pastor. And man, I would say you're not a DJ. You're not doing karaoke. You're not a DJ. You're not there for vibes, or to just warm up the people for the. You're not the opening act for the sermon.
Right.
Singing is an end to itself. It's not just a means to an end. It's an end in itself.
Mm-hmm.
It is the people's sermon. It's what we get to preach to ourselves. And so we're putting sermons into the people's mouths. And so what we sing matters. And I'll have this quote I wrote down from this book called Hymnody of the Christian Church. Super nerdy. It's like lectures given in 1920s by a seminary guy. And his name is Lewis F. Benson. And he says this. And when I read this quote, I stopped in my tracks and I kind of had to pause and think, is that true? This is what he says. He says, "It's more important to remember But in the mind of the plain everyday Christian, where feeling conditions reflect so strongly, the hymns that he uses devotionally, and especially those as he loves, do more to form his religious thinking than anything else except the Bible.
Wow.
And he says this, for doctrine then, the hymn book takes its place beside the catechism.
Mm-hmm.
And hymnology thus supplements catechisics. So that's a lot of big words, but basically what he's saying is, and I had to stop and think, is this true? Are the songs that I sing and that I love and that I lean on devotionally, are those forming me more than anything else except straight up Bible study? And the answer is, yeah, they are. And it's not just a byproduct of singing. It's what singing was invented for. God made singing for this reason, to teach and to take theology and thoughts about him and to ingrain them in our souls with melody. I mean, everybody probably knows the words to Don't Stop Believing, right? Because they've heard it so many times and it has this catchy melody. But do we remember scripture? If you put it to song, you teach a scripture song to a kid using a melody and they'll remember it the rest of their life. And so music and singing has such a powerful way to ingrain theology deep in us. And I don't think, I'd be willing to say that it's one of the reasons we sing is theology and learning and being discipled by God's word and truth. I'd say not only it's one of the things that we do in singing, it's one of the byproducts. I think it's one of the main things that we're supposed to be thinking about when we're singing. And so when we're picking songs, you're putting a catechism on the people's mouths. And so if there's something that's even a little bit confusing, maybe it's worth considering. You know what? They're going to go home singing this, and I don't want them to be confused. We don't want them to be confused as ministers, as pastors, as shepherds, as brothers and sisters. We don't want each other to be confused. So let's pick the best things that we can possibly pick. There are 600,000 songs in CCLI's database. There's something out there that's going to be great. So that's what I would say. Just be as picky as humanly possible. Is that annoying sometimes? Absolutely. When you're like, oh, I really love this song, but it has that one line in it that it's a little confusing. It's like, well, maybe it's worth not singing. Maybe it's worth not singing. Listen to it in your car, worship to it. That's great. Awesome. But maybe it's not for Sunday morning.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. And it's a lot of work. It maybe is annoying to people. It maybe is a little bit picky or curmudgeonly, but I think it's worth it. And I think that it is, it's worth being super, super cautious and about. And it's not just a negative thing. Let me just say that too. I think people hear that frame of thinking sometimes and they think, man, that's really negative. Like we're just saying what we don't want to sing. It's like, no, it's actually the opposite. We're looking for things we want to sing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then if things pop up that we don't, we're like, oh, let's just bypass this one. Well, we're looking for the best possible encouragement, admonishment, teaching of our people that we can get. And obviously you want it to be compelling musically and you want to sing it, of course. But I'd say that for sure.
Man, I love that. I love that so much. I was at a one of those worship theology conferences that Matt Redman does at the Museum of the Bible. And I remember him saying, it was something along the lines of, let the throne set the tone for what you're singing in your services. And when you're picking songs, does this song belong in the throne room?
That's right.
And it rocked me because there's no doubt in my time in the local church, I've probably done some songs that don't belong in the throne room. And so what a great encouragement, Justin. Thank you so much for that. Guys, go follow Justin Tweito on the socials. Make sure you grab your copy of all the singles that have come out, but certainly be on the lookout for the full-length project called Shadows. And man, we're cheering you on. Can't wait to hear the whole thing. And I know God's going to use it.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks so much for having me. And thank you for doing what you do. I'm super encouraged. And not only just from a levity sake, I mean, we need levity. We need humor. But you guys are doing such great work training and resourcing and lifting up, encouraging people. So thank you so much. And thanks for having me on.
Okay, BT, it's so fun being here with you today. We love that conversation. That was awesome. Do you know what time it is now?
What time is it?
It's time for prayer concerns.
Okay, so prayer concerns, you know them, you love them. The congregation, they like to roast you for things that they didn't care for in your services. Clothing, volume, lighting, song choice, all manner of feedback. And so people send these in to us anonymously. We share them on the podcast each week. Our hope is to make you take a breath and just laugh a little. Life is so serious. We need to laugh. And so send yours in to us. You can use the website, worshipleaderprobs.com. Click on the prayer concerns tab. There's a link in our bio for that as well. Or you can also just DM these to us on any of the socials. So let's dive right in. Prayer concern number 1. We got a complaint that our worship leader flipped her hair over her shoulder because it was prideful looking.
Whoa. Okay. Okay.
Whoa.
That's some prideful hair flip.
That's a little prideful hair flip. Like, and there's
a little
emojis.
judgy.
Well,
yeah.
Maybe the
little hand emoji. Yeah. Off to the side.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Number 2, the prayer concern number 2. I was a youth pastor / interim worship leader while a church was searching for a new leader. And I led The Stand by Hillsong one Sunday. On Monday morning at staff meeting, the pastor said, and I quote, "We aren't an I'll stand kind of church."
So what kind of church are you?
What kind of church are you? I'll stand
just sit through
with
worship?
Arms high and heart abandoned.
You stand with arms
What's
crossed?
wrong with that? Yeah.
You stand with your
exactly.
coffee?
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of church are you?
Come on, man. Come on.
Come on.
Oh my gosh. All right. Number 3, prayer concern number 3. Our church has 2 campuses in the area. I lead worship at one of them, and my worship pastor leads at our other campus. His dad happens to attend the campus I lead at. And this past weekend, he came up to me and said, "Man, I'm really glad you had drums this weekend because you can sure tell when you don't have them."
Oh, no.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Does that mean there's like no time or
no rhythm? No tempo?
No rhythm. I mean, you need some fat beats back there to keep this thing rolling.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. We always need the fat beats.
You can attest to that.
We love the fat beats. Yes.
We love the fat beats.
I'm going to need an explanation on that one.
Yeah, a little more info.
Like a spot the difference, a little compare and contrast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we should have a side-by-side. That's what we need from that. If that's yours, we need a side-by-side.
Please.
Okay, number 4, prayer concern number 4. Why is the music in church so loud, especially the drummer? It's a church service, not a rock concert. You can't even speak to the person next to you.
Come on. Everyone's always hating on the drummer.
Right. Well,
every time.
Should you be speaking to the person next to you during worship? Like,
maybe this is the not standing church. Is this the same church? No standing, no talking.
No standing, no talking. You should really
rules.
be focused, like worshiping instead of talking to the person next to you.
Blaming it on the drummer every time.
Yeah. Well, it's always the drummer's fault.
It's always the drummer's fault.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here's the last one. The bottom of the pudding cup, prayer concern number 5. Can you please have some soothing music playing before church? I hear this music at Chipotle.
Whoa. Wait, we love Mexican food though. What's the problem with that?
Oh my gosh. I hear this music at Chipotle.
Maybe we like that. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Well, fam, those are prayer concerns. Send yours in to us. Use the website, worshipleaderprobs.com, and click on prayer concerns, or you can DM those to us on the socials, and you will always be anonymous. Well, AB, we're in Orlando right now. Experience Conference 25 starts today.
Today.
15
guys,
years.
Today.
Like, what are you most pumped about?
Oh my gosh. That's hard. I don't know what I'm most pumped about. I'm pumped about everything. You just tricked me twice today. That's a trick question. Man, I'm excited, everyone. So when this podcast releases, it'll be Tuesday morning. So we're finishing prep. We're getting ready for everyone to start showing up Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
Man, one of my favorite things about Tuesday specifically is when everyone shows up, we equip our ministry team is all throughout the lobby. And when you arrive, you check in, you get your name badge, your bag. But then a ministry team member will pray for you and your group. So they'll ask you a little bit about you, ask you what you're looking forward to this week, and how they can pray for you. And it's just such a special way. And we hear year after year how meaningful that time is. Such a special way to kick off the conference. So I'm excited about that specifically. I'm excited about all of our friends showing up to Disney. We're going to have a blast together.
It's going to be awesome.
Artist and speaker lineups, unbelievable.
Incredible. It's going to be
what
an awesome
What are you most
week.
looking forward to?
Man, because of so much of what I do is just this, it's on a screen or a phone or whatever. And so to be with people in the flesh is always so exciting. And I love walking through the hallways and people will stop me and say, "Hey, you used one of my prayer concerns a couple of weeks ago."
That's fun.
And I'm going to be like, "Which one was it?" And that, or you used one of my DMs for sliding into the DMs. I love that. Or you used one of our lyric fail or our worship fail, videos
That's
from one of our
awesome.
services. I love all of that. And one of the things I always loved, you talked about it, that prayer time, when the ministry team meets people at registration and prays for them. And then through the week, you see those people in the hallway that you prayed for. And there's an excellent chance they're a total stranger. And so, but it gives you an immediate connection.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that we always talk about that is really unique to Experience Conference is that community aspect is comes through so loud and clear. So yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped for all of it.
I cannot wait. It's going to be awesome.
I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. So make sure if you're listening to this that week, keep an eye on our socials. We've got live podcast recording happening. I'm teaching a breakout. Ally, you're teaching a breakout. Aren't we on a panel together or something?
You're teaching a breakout. I'm teaching a breakout, and then we're on a panel together. Yes.
Awesome.
It'll be a blast.
It's going to be a blast. And then we're also going to do a Worship Probs hang. So keep your eyes on our socials.
Let's go.
Watch the story, and we'll be letting you know about that. We're also going to be shooting some worship karaoke episodes while we're here, and I cannot wait for that as well. We just launched into a new season of that, and looking forward to. So make sure you're following us on YouTube, where you get the full episode of that. So thanks for watching and sharing. Huge help to us. And Worship Probs e-news. We would love to have you sign up for that. There's a link in our bio for that. And I promise you, one of these days, you're going to actually start getting devotionals, like monthly devotionals from us. I know
one of these days.
Our goal was this is the two of us. Our goal was to launch that in January of 25, and it's completely my fault. Ally did everything to empower me to do that, and I just haven't gotten a chance to write one yet. But I'm going to start.
Maybe you'll be inspired this week while we're at Disney.
At Experience Conference. That's what we call.
You'll write a Devo? Yes.
That's what we call full circle in the biz
full
right there.
Circle.
Oh, I love that. Give him the old razzle dazzle.
Razzle dazzle.
Well, guys, we're kind of trying out a new format here. And, we've been the other format of our podcast for 350 episodes. So it's time to shake things up a little bit. And Ally is the master shaker. So I'm so glad for her help. She makes everything better. Everything she touches is better. So, and of course, we're just always grateful that you take time to spend a few moments with us. So thanks for listening today.
Yeah, remember to hit subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Please do us a favor. Go to Apple Podcasts and leave us a 5-star rating and a really nice review. This is a huge help to help us spread the word about the podcast. So definitely leave us a nice review. That's huge.
Huge.
And thanks too for following us on all the socials at Worship Probs on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and YouTube, and at Worship Leader Probs on TikTok. Then join the Worship Probs community group on Facebook. This is an awesome group. Tons of great conversations happening, extra content that BT's dropping in there. So you want to make sure you're part of that. And then at Worship Leader Probs without the vowels on X or the new Twitter, or just look for the hashtag Worship Leader Probs.
Yeah. And guys, I've been telling you about these people for a long, long time. Ally is just a huge part of what we do. She and Heath are Maven Media Productions, and they're unbelievable. And if you need any kind of help with social media, content creation, branding, or logos or websites, you need somebody to consult and come in and kind of take inventory of what you have and talk to you about how you can make it better. MavenMediaProductions.com. There's a link in our bio right to the Maven website, or just jump to MavenMediaProductions.com. They're great people. Tell them we sent you, and they will do an awesome job for you. And thanks to my friend Scott Hoke for our intro. Guys, we love you so much. Thanks for tuning in to episode 351. If you're at Experience Conference this week, drop by, say hello, stop us in the hallway. Love to come find us. Love to talk to you, and can't wait to see you. So until next time, deuces.
Stay classy.